First things first. Hope you have a legendary grand day. Today is the video where this is the one that is gonna be. It's gonna be that one. It's gonna be that next one. You feel what I'm saying? Because this, I thought it was gonna be done, but I guess they're still at it. You know, they're still doing it. So it's one thing to call me a drama channel, and then when it's them just crying and I'm showing that they're crying and exposing them in my comments, and then they just act like, oh, it wasn't me, I didn't make that fake account. Well, who else would it be? No one else hates me except you guys. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, you guys make it more obvious that you don't like me more than anybody else on the planet. Not a single person besides y'all are the ones complaining about my content or me or how I act and all this other stuff. So let's get right into it. Reality check 12, I think, or 13, something like that. What's going on?
Give me a minute, I gotta look for something.
Okay, alright. That's why I'm out here, doing this one. Go ahead and do that. Take your time. So, with that said, let's get right into it. So, we're past the point of trying to prove that I'm such a bad person or what I do is wrong, because I've dissected already and shown why this little gamer COD zombie stormtrooper group is just a mature, unprofessional, uneducated, and so on and so forth randoms just bunched together because they can't control themselves due to video games, and also they can only handle so much without throwing a temper tantrum, embarrassing themselves in front of everyone, whether it's a whole video talking about royals or whatever his name is now, which is funny because Joshua aligns himself with these people that have done plenty of name changes, and when I mean plenty, they've done name changes like left and right, and he's getting mad at me saying that I've changed my name too much, or that I've changed my channel too much. Royals did it 3 times. Pop-Tart has 2 channels for some reason. Like, what about those, Joshua? You're aligning yourself and you're around them, and you're wanting to talk about how, because I'm making so many names and channels that it's such a bad thing. Well, it's like the people you're around have done it a lot of times, and I don't doubt the overweight one, Ivy, has done it a lot of times too. I mean, just go look up accounts on PlayStation. That kid has like several different accounts. Like, if you want to get mad at somebody, the dude that you are bestest friends with now has changed his name a lot of times. You're acting like people can't change their gamer tags. You're acting like as if it's just illegal to change a gamer tag. Either that or change a username or make a, you know, new YouTube channel. It's like, you talk about staying on one YouTube channel, but you yourself didn't even do that. You have your other channel, Alpha Shadowhawk. I'll show a screenshot here. You have that. So how are you going to call out and try to call out other people and try to make a point of them changing their gamer tags? So what? They changed their gamer tag. All right, now what? They changed their gamer tag. What does that mean? That they're unintelligent because they changed their gamer tag and they wanted the name changed? Like, what is this Joshua F. random Alpha Shadowhawk clone talking about? It just doesn't make any sense. I have already previously mentioned that point before, but you're going to notice sometimes I'm going to elaborate with new examples or new analogies, or sometimes I'm going to show new ways of how you can think about this and understand my points because of how obviously unintelligent these people are, but they want to act like they are the high and mighty and that they have the most knowledge on everything when it's all just video games they have knowledge on. It's going to be a hilarious video in a second. I mean, throughout this whole video, it's hilarious. When you hear what these people say to me, it's like, when the general public and the people hear this, all the people across the globe that love me, everybody that watches me, I've been doing this for so long. I went back and I was looking at a video, and it was by this kid named Trap Kings, and he was making a video called Making Fun of Shadow Rippers or something. He misspelled it, and I'm like, this gotta be a joke, right? This is the type of content that was made about me. So there was exposing videos back in 2015. I was 14 at that time. I'm very sure that random who did that video was older than me, and if not, still, I don't think that person was 14. But even then, it's not even just that. It's the fact of what was in that video, how we did that video, how we spelled that video. The misspelling is as bad as Dark Mario and Joshua's grammar. It's so confusing to me. You would think if Dark Mario, even that random Trap Kings, and Joshua F. the Alpha Shadowhawk clone, you would think that they say that they're so smart, you would think that they would spell perfectly and have no spelling errors or anything of the sort. But yet, those 3 are the first 3 that I can think of that absolutely cannot spell the most simplest of things. And yet, Joshua's graduating college, but no, not for English, not for language arts, for video games. Go figure. Why are we all not surprised? And this time, it's got to be a little bit different. I'm putting people in titles, probably from now on. But really, mainly just YouTube. It's not really anybody else. It's what sparked this whole thing. I'll get to that in a second. I'm just putting the intro first. Oh man, it's just going to be so fun to just have free reign and free range and just be able to, this is going to be really fun. Okay, so whether it's talking about Royals and him complaining and crying and not making up his mind if he wants to play with me or not, very similar to Joshua F. And even Travis, Popo, Dark Recursion, X-Razor Wire, same exact things. How weird how these people all just go together so nicely. And even in a way, JJ Orange. But going back into it, why I'm a bad person in that video for adding Royals, and because I just didn't want to play with them anymore. And that video never brings up my name, so that wastes everyone's time, and it's a waste of a video being uploaded. Talking about nothing of substance, he could have just kept it as an update video, because at the end, yeah, I mean, if he has fans, then he has a little update at the end. But, you know, I mean, he could have just edited everything else out, because no one really asked, but if he has fans, they're not going to ask about that, because they don't care. Dark Mario or Victor or whatever his name is cares, but no one asked or no one cared. You know, you realize it's 2025, and the whole thing was me making a clickbait video called Dark Mario Where You At. I made that as a joke meme, troll video, whatever you want to call it, and of course, none of them, not Joshua, didn't comment. Of course, the one person that comments is who's terminally online, and again, that's the comment that sparked this whole video. That's the whole reason I'm making this video. But going on with other examples, or another video ranting and crying about me for hours and hours on multiple videos. How do you not have a job, Ivy? Or Ivy, or whatever it is? I don't know. Cringe name. It just sounds like it just sounds unmasculine. It doesn't sound like, just.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
No, I don't know. It just sounds virgin. I don't know. Or having a full mental breakdown, psychotic meltdown for 20 minutes, going through like 5 different emotions. Throughout all of that, not even freaking showing proof or evidence of what I've been apparently doing for years, or all these bad things that I've done, when that whole video was based on a roast track. It's not even that deep or serious in any of these situations, especially a roast track that was made freaking like... That's crazy. I randomly thought of making the roast track. This kid instantly responds, but says he has all the stuff he has to do, and all these fans he's talking to, and all these fans this, that, and merch, and super chats, and boasting about every little thing that doesn't exist, because in his little mind, in his little world, in his mind, delusional thoughts, he thinks that he's established so many things when it's all from me. He didn't think about going to YouTube. He didn't think about playing Call of Duty. He didn't even think about any of that stuff until I was like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time. You should try, because we're already in a clan, we're already hanging out, we're already friends, we're already doing this, that. So why not try it? So I showed him a couple things, and then all of a sudden, just like that, he gets mad, cries that he, something about prom, and I told him to hit clips, and he cried for not hitting clips, but then he's going to graduate from college for video games, basically hitting clips in a way, even more than that, and more of a grind, because, well, I mean, he's probably doing that now because he never hit a clip in his entire life, so, I mean, go figure. You know, we all seen the 300 subscriber montage, we already seen all that, but apparently I was a bad influence for all the stuff that I did. They never really elaborated, but if it was about the dank memes videos saying the N-word, you do realize Zivy himself says the N-word on like, so often, and he's white. He's white. You know, people of a certain culture, if they saw him doing that, if they heard him doing that, they're not going to be very happy. They're not going to like that. So, you know, I'm just putting this in perspective because these are all criticisms that have valid proof and evidence. These are all real things that happen in real time, in real life, real events. We're not talking no AI, Photoshop. We're not talking about made-up events like Joshua F. likes to do, like all these people in this little group like to do. All these made-up things or left-out details or added stuff. Mostly, Joshua's a big person on that. He does that a lot, is what I mean. He loves to do that and add information that never happened, misinformation that freaking doesn't happen. I mean, the only thing he showed in that video is him texting someone that screwed up his whole life. Good for him. I don't care anymore. We were never friends to begin with. I know earlier I said we were because we were beginning the freaking seeds to become friends. But yet, he messed that all up, and so we were just acquaintances the whole time because we can't be friends if we hang out a couple times and then that was that. I mean, everybody's, perspective could be different on that, but for me, like, to be a friend, acquaintances, like, you meet one time, two times, hang around a couple times, and you might think you're friends after that, sure, if you want, but to me, friends are people you're around often, that are there for you, etc., and it's weird how Joshua did that, but then all of a sudden, like I said, just snap, just like that, all of a sudden, he just wasn't there for me. He says I did all these things, and he's just acting psychotic. He's like a freaking, I don't know.
What makes this part funnier is the only people that didn't like me when I was around him around that time were his parents, and so, mostly his mom. So you could really understand where he got it from, and he tries to avoid that and tries to shift the narrative and change the reason why and make it seem like it's not exactly that, which what else would it be then exactly? That's the only reason, the only thing in relation with that whole thing that has too many similarities. It's obviously that reason. Otherwise, he wouldn't have thought that at all if it wasn't thought of already by his mom.
It's so weird. It just doesn't make any sense. He went female so fast. Wow. And I went Lord ZX. Well, I mean, I was always Lord ZXinfinite, but, it's just like, I was just freaking not really vibing and not really liking the homies X710 because people kept relating to stupid things. So I was like, all right, let's just get another name that I am, that I've always predominantly been, that I've been dominating and conquering everything been. Because I don't see anybody right here. I don't see anybody in the group right here, especially not Ivy. So it's like talking so much, but not right here, saying anything, not debating. So it's just weird, so negative, but just doesn't want to make something, doesn't want to make something happen. Doesn't want to debate and actually come to a conclusion, just wants to complain and cry and stress themselves out and go insane. That doesn't affect me. I know that's what they're trying to do, but I don't really care. It's over video games. Video games aren't the only thing that I do. And since it's the only thing they do, that's why they're so angry. That's why they're so emotional. And that's why they don't have girlfriends or females. Because they say they're getting money and all this other stuff. Just because you do community service and then you go back to your tent under the bridge does not mean anything. The tent freaking in a random place on the side of a street, that doesn't mean you getting money or doing anything. Just because you're doing general relief. No, that's not how that works. So, all those videos and content, virgin content, was made like those. They didn't call to debate. We're all still waiting on that. But we're just gonna wait. Because I've had people text, call, and even ask me, and even tell me in real life, have they called you yet, or are they too scared? Or they say, just something along those lines. And I laugh every time. Because this has been going on for 8 years, YouTube. Or 7 years, whatever. I don't even know. At this point, it's almost 10 years. That's all I know, and that's how sad this is. But how great of a job you guys been doing. Sorry, something happened. I had to take care of that. Anyway, how great of a job you guys been doing so far, YouTube, not responding to any of that I've said. So if these people are allowed to break the rules and community guidelines and be able to do whatever they want, then I'm going to do some free speech. Welcome to America, my people. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And this, like I said, this is the video where, this is going to be the fun times because, this is just really what people need to hear. This is what YouTube needs to hear. Because I don't know what's going on around the freaking YouTube headquarters and whatever they're doing, because I'm just trying to figure out why these people are allowed to make threats, and allowed to basically harass someone. Say that they'll do domestic violence to their wives and children by smoking vapes, around them, that being Joshua. And it seems to me that it's just so confusing that these people are okay with doing this. And it's I think bullying is against the law or something like that. I don't know. I think that's illegal. But that alone. But harassing and cyberbullying is one huge thing, but it's also illegal to do. That's where defamation of character is. That's where all these things come about to be. Now, again, if I really wanted to, I could show a lot of proof and evidence and sit here for hours and hours and days collecting all the evidence and proof, but no, I'm not going to do that. This is the time where this isn't my time to do the proof and evidence. It's this little group's time to do proof and evidence. It's for Joshua's time, Dark Mario's time. Well, he's not ever going to do it. He's too scared to even talk about me or talk to me, so... What's up? Like, let's just put this in perspective. You know those kids that were chosen by the teacher to talk, even when they don't raise their hand, or when, you know, they're there and they don't want to talk? I feel like that's kind of what this little group is. Like, it's just weird, because I was kind of one of those people, but not really. The reason why is because I wasn't. But I just didn't know at first, because, you know, I already had so much going on in my life, and I just was trying to figure out who I am. And now that I know what I am going to do, and who I truly am and whatnot, that's why I'm living my best life. And that's why I tried to help Joshua live his best life. That's why I was trying to help Dark Mario live his best life. Royals, Pop-Tart, Kintor, everybody of the COD God squad. Everybody just in this little group. I don't even know some of them, but I want them to live their best life. But if they're going to act like this, they're obviously not doing that. You know, I go by peace, love, prosperity, positivity. 3 of those, you know, Logic usually says. I just added 1. So shout out Logic, not copying him. If you think that, go screw yourself. No, I'm kidding. But I'm just going by that, because that's what life is truly about. And if you think I'm being negative in this video or toxic or anything, you truly don't know the purpose. You don't understand this video. You're misconceiving, misinterpreting everything that I'm saying, and you just simply aren't actually trying to listen to the video. You're not watching the video. You're not hearing what I'm saying. You're just saying stuff without, like, instantly replying without actually listening to what I'm saying. That's what this little group does. They're like those types of people that instantly reply, like, what's on their mind right then and there. Even if especially when they don't like what they're hearing, they're going to instantly reply. They're not going to sit there and actually listen and think about their life and think about what's going on and what they're doing so wrong. They just instantly reply. That's the problem with these people. And these are the people that YouTube's sponsoring. These are the people that YouTube's monetizing, giving money to. Joshua included, even though he's buying all of his fake subscribers and buying all of his viewers, and then he wants to boast about his friends giving him money in super chats. Like, come on, these are fully grown men, apparently. And they're talking about video games like this. Like, sure, you can have a passion for video games, but there's a point when it kind of just seems like, kind of slow. But anyway, like, you know, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff. Because a lot of people will just sit there and just say stuff and not actually listen to what I'm saying. Those are the type of people that are just misinformed with misinformation and just believing nonsense, not even trying to listen. That's what I'm talking about. And everybody can live their life however they want. Sure, go for it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. But here's the thing. Legendary Grand Entertainment and myself, I want to, one of the things I've been trying to go by and, like, my message of this whole thing, and what I want to promote is just happiness, joyfulness, enjoying your life to the fullest. Live your life to the fullest. You only get one life, so just live it and enjoy it. But if you don't do that, that's the reason you don't like me. If you don't like life, or you don't like certain things, or if you're always unhappy about something and you're complaining always about something, then you're probably in this little group. Matter of fact, you're probably the freaking person that commented this. You're probably having a freaking midlife crisis. You're probably, you know, freaking your wife divorced and left with the kids. These are these things that I'm talking about. There's so much that goes into this, and it's one person who came up with all of this. Over time, I'm the only one who actually thought of all of this stuff, and these people are an entire group and can't figure out a way to beat me or whatever they're trying to do. Their goal is, I don't know. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're promoting such hate, violence, terrorism, and all this stuff, and YouTube's just completely fine with it. They can go hate speech and do whatever they want to do. They're free to do whatever. So that's where I step in, to make these types of content, type of videos, because let's be completely realistic. These people are getting away with some stuff that isn't helping anyone. There's no purpose, meaning. It's just useless, worthless content they're making, stuff that they're saying, wasting everyone's time, including their own. And YouTube's allowing it, and we're basically all allowing it, except me and Legendary Entertainment, of course. But so I want you guys to try to help this situation and try to let YouTube know, and Shoot, maybe we can do a hashtag. I don't know. Maybe hashtag RC for reality check. I don't know. Or hashtag reality check. Whatever you want to do that. And that's going to be the hashtag. Comment it. Tweet it to YouTube. I don't know. Just let them know. So since that series that I did previously, where I fully just... That series that's been completed, the ill shot therapy sessions or whatever, the ill shot anthology, all that type of stuff, the reality check roast tracks, where I completely obliterate this little group and expose them completely. And I just show and expose all this stuff that they've said, all these points, and I just show everything. I show everything. I do the one thing that they don't want to do, don't like to do, don't even choose to do, and that is show proof and evidence, documentation, paperwork, screenshots, screen recording, so on and so forth, and showing the problem with these people that YouTube's allowing to be on the platform. It's now time for the next step, since this is still going on. And that's what this video is. Now, in their little delusional mind and world, they think I care a lot. They think I spend a lot of time on this. And sure, I do spend a little bit of time because it's fun to roast and it's fun to do this type of stuff. And it's fun to show everything they say is ironic, contradicts everything they say. And just proving that it's a waste of time. And then at the end showing, a positive message or something like that. So YouTube can't use the excuse, or anybody can't use the excuse to try to critique me or try to say anything that I'm doing anything negative, or that I'm talking trash, or that I'm doing anything but critiquing and showing proof and evidence, etc. If you think that I'm doing anything negative, like I said earlier, or toxic, or anything of the sort, I would love for someone to prove it. That's why I say, call me in debate. Let's talk directly about the issues that you think that I have, or that what I'm doing, what I'm saying, etc. And yet, we're here in 2025. After all the years that I played video games, that has been a problem with so many people just because I've been good and I beat them in video games, that this whole collection of people want to get mad and emotional over stuff. It's like, get a female. We're not talking about rushing into relationships and then making kids with them, even though we vape around those people. We're not talking about rushing into relationships like that. We're not talking about that, unmasculine little person behavior. We're not talking about that. We don't rush into relationships. Real men actually get females. And one time my friend says he gets females, and I'm probably actually not going to do that meme anymore, because I'm pretty sure that person that had that meme that I made with him, I could be wrong, but was someone in Trap, or TRVP is what I call him, because it wasn't that cool of a clan. It just, there's nothing. If that clan still exists, I would not be able to fathom that. Just the fact that they thought they were going so hard back then is just hilarious. I can't believe it. But they had so many people too, and they didn't even do nothing. And the fact that my friend joined them is crazy, because nothing happened then either. And I don't know what Austin's up to nowadays, but he was all right. His brother and showed him, or I can't English. His brother showed me Merc Music, and I started watching Merc Music and FaZe Jev so much. Man, it was such a good time. Such a good time. Wow. 2015, 2016, 2014, man. And then he broke my skateboard. Shout out to Austin, bro. Austin N. He was cool. But back then his name was Shadow Blood, and then it was Trap Blood or TRVP Blood, and it's like, why did he join that clan? It did not benefit him in any shape, way, or form. I don't know. Anyway, so how professional this is on YouTube. So recently I was watching some content by someone, and they said YouTube's strictly about business and they only care about money. Oh really, YouTube? Really? Money? You want business and money and business? How ironic you're letting these pest sperm cells, these parasites, infecting YouTube, making this platform toxic, ruining it for everyone, making people not want to watch YouTube or come to YouTube. I've had people tell me numerous times, why isn't YouTube doing anything? And they have also said, have you told YouTube about it? Oh man, the fact that I've tried to do something to help YouTube get what they want, business and money, and yet, even more than that, and yet, they let these, the frick was that? Hold on. Okay, some stuff just happened, but the fact that I've tried to do something to help YouTube get what they want, and yet they let these white randoms continue to infect the website, it's my decision now. It's my decision. No, I'm kidding. It's not my decision now. It's YouTube's. So until... I could just edit that out, actually. It's not my decision now. It's YouTube's. So until they do something, we're all screwed. That just destroys our viewing pleasure. That disrupts it. That includes YouTube being mostly screwed because they're going to have poor sales and numbers and it's going to damage the platform. But it's not like they cared in the past, right? They let a lot of people get away with some stuff unless a lot of people protest or something of the sort. Similar. Otherwise, they won't listen. See how that works? Now give it a whole decade, slap 10 years of one person trying to fix an issue, well, of my own, being me, and you got this situation here. It just shows YouTube is not the same place as it was. Too many brain rot channels exist on YouTube where you lose brain cells every time you watch one of them, and this channel commenting is one of the many copy and paste channels contrived of nothing but bitching, moaning, crying for hours, then privating or deleting them. And having other useless videos showing nothing of anyone's use or anything that someone would want to watch or even want to know about, but to waste people's time that watches any of it. And you might ask why it's unprofessional. Well, here's why. Let's look at this channel one more time, right? Not even a creator. This one. I already showed the comment. If he was a creator, he'd be trolling, right? That's the excuse that they've been using. Okay, so let's go with that. Since his entire account's based on trolling, apparently, where's the trolling? When he did his trolling video on me, quote unquote, I didn't feel like I was getting trolled. I rewatched it. I didn't see any trolling. I seen the comments. Normal humans, not classified evil bots that are not real people. Just those are robots commenting, AI. But that's just an example, or is there alpha? But actually, that's a completely different situation. I can't even joke about that. That just disgusts me. That makes me so uncomfortable. I cannot believe that. That is just wow. Anyway, I'm not gonna elaborate on that situation. Just I can't believe it. That's just weird. But whatever. Let's move on to something else. You know, all these real comments that I see, and it's like this isn't even trolling or just all the dislikes. But then, of course, Zivy removes the dislikes because no one likes that content, no one likes that video, no one likes anything else. They don't care how to get a gold clan tag. Like, you just play the game and find out. But my whole point is, there's nothing that makes anybody want to go to that channel. There's nothing about that channel that's interesting. There's no entertaining values about it. There's nothing that you learn from it. There's nothing like comedic. It's just a channel of bland, basic nothingness. You go to Twitch, it's even worse. It's just spam channels of him looking at my old channels or my new ones and just talking about them and talking trash on them, like just promoting them. It's like, what's the point of him existing? And I don't know. I think it needs to go back to the foster home. Okay, so let's see. But his account's just hating. His entire account's uploads are based on that, and that's that. There's not a single point in time in any of the content where it's trolling. But for years and years, over 10 years, across Epic Poke Trainer Z, to Lethal Deception, to Shadow Ripper, to Origins Deadlies, to Big Boy ZX, to X Deadlies, to Homies X710, Lord ZXinfinite, whatever name I went by over the years, the one type of thing that I've always loved doing and always did was trolling. Somewhat often. And I'm actually being funny and charismatic while doing it. Go look at, for example, alright, if you want to look at an example, this one I watched recently, it's still a classic video, I love it, it still makes me laugh. Azer's, Azzerz, I believe. If not, just go look up Call of Duty Black, or, I take that back. Go search up Obama plays Call of Duty Black Ops 2 trolling video. One of them, just classics. Come on. Even Duck Voice videos are classics too, I love those, but very classic video. It's a good example I watched back in the day. I mean, it's not hard. It's not rocket science to do it. But when you overage, overweight, mentally deficient people saying stuff about me that can't even directly talk to me because they're scared and worried for their life to even try. And these people are the same ones trying to say all this stuff and make up all these accusations, allegations, and not even have any proof to show that it's true or even any claims. Just all these claims without anything to back it up. So, you know, it's funny that, you know, a video back then that was made called Deadly's False Claims was just a way to hate and talk trash because I didn't want to be friends with Worlds or add him on Call of Duty. Like, it's mentally like, where's the parents? What, did the parents raise them right? What's happening? What is missing from their life? Is it trauma? Like, it confuses me how video games matter this much to people, or just the most useless excuses to try to talk trash or hate on me. But it's like, I don't see y'all in my messages talking directly to me about these things and being a man and fully grown adult figuring things out. Like, I don't know. But, you know, that's the thing. When people are so lazy and they don't actually go out and do things, these are the type of stuff that they end up doing, is they sit on the internet because it's so easily accessible, and they just do that. Is it worth it? No. Do they get anything out of it? They think so. They think they get a reaction out of it, but really there's no purpose or meaning. There's nothing of substance that comes out of those situations. I mean, like, except maybe if they enjoy doing that, then go do it. But when there's a certain point when you can't freaking get out of bed or something, or reach the computer, or, you know, pay the internet bills, or something happens, I mean, you can do it most of your life and it'd still be, you know, a waste of time. But I mean, anyways, the whole point is just, it's just stupid and useless. I was trying to come up with an example, but it's just, if that isn't enough to make you believe how worthless this is, I don't know. But another thing, if YouTube doesn't believe me enough, all right, YouTube, how about we go look at other social medias then that they have connected to their YouTube? Let's talk about Twitter. Let's talk about, Snapchat or Instagram or anything else around there. You know, they have hate posts on me. They talk about me on those platforms publicly, talk trash on me, and say derogatory things, and, make false claims, and just try to defame me for no reason or purpose at all. Talking trash, no proof or evidence, just saying stuff, and saying stuff like really, like, bad things. And let's say if this was a celebrity or famous person doing this, or social media influencer or whatever, their reputation destroyed. It's not going to look good for them. And you realize why that doesn't happen for these people and why they keep doing these types of things? Because they get away with it because nobody cares. They think they have a fan base that cares, but if that was the case, they would have more and more people asking, what's the point? Shouldn't you focus on your own content or your own videos, or going for clips, or college video games, or focus on your wife and kids, or focus on these other things rather than Zach? But no, you're still making fake accounts with videos responding to Zach over all these years of all this stuff, and you want nothing to do with him, and all these other, like, this is what I'm talking about. These things they don't even think about. It's sad. White people, man. Anyway, if YouTube was a business, they'd want their image to look good too, right? That's what you would think. But they have this Zivvy random, along with a whole group of COD zombie stormtroopers that's brains don't function properly. That's why I call them zombies, because they think everything in life is video games and has to work the way of video games. That's why Joshua F. is the way he is now that he's possessed by Zivvy and other things. And Josh is still a freaking baby, though, but still.
There's actually one more thing I wanted to add to this video. Meanwhile, the freaking CEO of YouTube's giving Mr. Beast a plaque. You know, for the longest time, I've been saying I don't really like Mr. Beast because he just kind of exploded in popularity out of nowhere. So, let's just say bro decided to buy subbots, and then now he's being given a plaque after buying subbots. Deji apparently confirmed that he bought subbots, and he got his plaques too. So it just to put that in perspective, to show you how much YouTube doesn't care, as long as in some way, shape, or form they're getting paid, and even if you manipulate the platform. Here's the thing. It says it goes against community guidelines, and that's breaking the rules. Deji, which is KSI's little brother, still is on the platform. And so, I mean, of course, Alpha Shadowhawk the clone, Joshua F., is going to be able to get away with it because YouTube doesn't care as long as they're getting paid.
It's funny, though, because some people might be like, oh, you keep bringing up community guidelines, and if it went against community guidelines, their channels would be taken down, and they would be banned, they would be whatever else, terminated, and all that. Here's the funny part about that. The whole point of what I'm saying is they made it the rule. I didn't make the rules. This is not my platform. I mean, basically at this point it is, because I've been on it for so long, longer than all these little childish gamers. I mean, that's just straight up who they are. They're not actual fully grown adults and fully grown men. No cap. And with these rules, I mean, it's not freaking hard to just go by the rules. But, like, mentally, when you're not all there, that's when you're using excessive cussing and a mental breakdown video, freaking psychotic meltdown type of video for 20 minutes. You don't... Were you in the Respawn gaming chair tournament? No, because I don't care about no gaming chair. Nobody cares like you. Freaking avocado clone. But, yeah, you know, stuff like that. It's not hard to be all there. And it's rules that were made, and that's not even all the funny part. Not only do they make these rules, but they themselves, YouTube themselves, don't always care, because they allow some people to go against the guidelines anyways, unless like a legacy creator like you know, Jack's Films talking about SS Sniper Wolf. It's already been confirmed YouTube has favoritism, or they just, you know, can't think of anything and at the time, but it's not very hard to figure out what to do. There's no excuse why, you know, it took them so long to deal with Sniper Wolf. But that's just me going over their rules that they created. Now, I don't know if, like, they're trying to bend the rules or how the rules apply now or what, but all I'm saying is this. They didn't even ban her until long after. And now they probably didn't even know about the whole situation because, well, they probably did because it was an older YouTuber that's been on the platform for a long time. And that's the thing. People had to contact, in a few years ago, when I was doing my Call of Duty clans, 2016, 2017, people used to contact channels that were named Scarce, Keemstar's Drama Alert. They used to contact those guys, and I think there's a couple others, but those are the main ones usually. They had to contact those guys, some ordinary gamers, to actually get a response from YouTube and actually get somewhere. They had to do that, and that's how more eyes got on that. Recently, it's not very much been the same, but the thing is, my whole point right here is YouTube will pick and choose who they want to terminate, ban, whatever, and they sometimes might not even do it at all. And that is why this group has been getting away with it. But I'm getting a warning for sexual content on my Black Ops 3 stream. Just to put that in perspective. Just to let you guys know. Now, I mean, I did an AI video, you know, using celebrity voices for a song when they never did that song. Okay, that was someone else's property, whatever, all right. You know, that's their copyrighting their thing. I didn't know it was like that bad. I just did it for the video and just, you know, basically it wasn't that deep or serious, but they're like, oh, any little thing that we can sue and get money out of, that's what we're gonna freaking copyright claim this video for. So never have I ever gotten a strike from YouTube, ever. And that was my first strike, and it was because of that little thing. So these are the type of things that I'm talking about. I wasn't planning to make money off that video, but they're probably taking the video down before I did. That video only got 100 views, so I don't know what they're thinking, like what type of money they think I was going to get off that video, but alright. But, and it wasn't even that good. There's just so many reasons why that video should not have been copyright claimed. But a warning for that video, I would think business-wise, intelligence-wise, and just everything-wise, that would have been better. But this is the situation that this is. Now that you guys understand the full situation, now that everything's understood, I'm going to leave you guys with the outro of the video. And I made my points clear. I'm going to tag YouTube again. And if I have to, I'll make multiple videos tagging YouTube if this is how long this has to go on. Because I'm not going to sit around and wait for something to happen. I'm going to make sure something happens. Because people don't understand how bad this is going to affect the platform if they don't get rid of it now. They don't understand. Now, it's either that or they don't care. They're getting money. You know, as long as Joshua keeps giving the platform money and giving these random websites money to give himself more subscribers, more fame, more this and that, and then he's going to pay other people to learn how to do all this stuff and how to do this the right way. And, you know, it was a mistake letting Joshua F on the platform, because now, you know, another Diddy's out there. So there's that. But it's all right, because they can talk about how hard they've worked to get to this spot, or all these blood, sweat, and tears and all this other stuff, when I know how hard I've worked and all the stuff that I've done and all the stuff that I've grown to become to be. That's why, you know, I'm Lord ZXI, Lord ZXinfinite. Because that's truly when I am. I'm a god at video games. I'm just that good. That's why I call them stormtroopers, because none of them won the 1v1s. Where's the proof? Exactly. Go. You can stop the comment right now, and you can still comment it, but I wouldn't be able to prove it anyways, because those other people that lost against me deleted it. Modern Warfare 2019, Joshua F. Alpha Shadow Hawk clone, or Zivy with Black Ops 3. So you could talk about it and debate on who would win, but it's already happened, and I've won 3 times. No, 4 times, because I did a red gun and a sniper match against Joshua, which really wasn't a sniper match because he used a marksman rifle because he's too scared to actually do an actual... Well, he had the advantage with the marksman because they're faster at shooting, and they have a lot of hit markers, though, to be fair, but he just doesn't think correctly anyway, so whatever. So YouTube, I leave you with that. This is what you allow. Then this is what the situation is. So you figure it out. I don't know, man. I got nothing to say to these randoms. You know, they're clout chasing. They really want the fame, but you know, especially Dark Mario, and he doesn't even want to say my name. He don't even like. So it's whatever. Hope you have a legendary grand day. Peace, love, prosperity, positivity. You already know all that stuff. That's the video. That's all. And I'm waiting for the debate. You know, that's all it is. It's not hard to do, but they too scared. It is what it is.